In this video, we're looking at Milgram's agency theory, which is part of the social influence topic for Psychology AQA Paper 1. So let's start with what led to this theory. Milgram's famous study showed us just how powerful obedience can be. People were willing to follow orders, even if it meant potentially harming someone. But Milgram believed that these findings weren't just about the situations that people were placed in. He thought it came down to how these people view authority. And this led to his agency theory, which suggests that we can switch between two mental states, an agentic state and an autonomic state. When somebody is in an agentic state, they see themselves as acting on behalf of someone else. So this means they don't feel fully personally responsible for their actions, which makes it a whole lot easier to follow orders without feeling guilty. In contrast, the autonomous state is when people feel fully responsible for their actions because their behaviour is guided by their own morals and values and not by the authority figure. So if you think about this, if you're in a situation where you're just doing what you're told, you're more likely to feel like the consequences are not really your fault. The switch between the two states, from autonomous to agentic or vice versa, is called an agentic shift. So how does this relate to Milgram's experiment? Well, Milgram believed that participants started the study in an autonomous state. They were responsible for themselves and their actions. But as the experiment went on, many showed concern for the learner. Yet, once they felt that the responsibility belonged to the researcher, they entered an agentic state. But that's not the end of the story. Milgram also asked, why do people stay in an agentic state, even when they're clearly uncomfortable? And he suggested that this is because of three different reasons. So firstly, participants didn't want to ruin the experiment, so they just kept going. There was also pressure from their surroundings. They were in a prestigious university setting, which gave the experiment more legitimacy. There was also pressure from the authority figure, so when the participants hesitated, the experimenter used verbal prods, like "the experiment requires you to continue." And because they obeyed the authority, that's exactly what they did. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to like and subscribe and check out some of the educational resources that are available to help you with your